Okay, so here's what you need to know about this episode before you watch it. I nearly didn't share it. After I showed my project to John, the way I had done it was, well, a bit ridiculous. So I was a bit embarrassed to put it out there to the world. But our family motto is be brave, think big, explore. And I think that this project epitomizes that. The camera's being stolen by a toddler, so on with the show. It is the most beautiful morning this morning. The birds are singing, the blossoms are blossoming, the sun is shining, and it's quite peaceful because John's just driven off and taken the boys to the shops, both of them. So he's also left me with a task. Over there is a pile of recycled wood that came out of the Knott garage. I have been asking him for a few days for a table for my greenhouse. He has already built me one, but I need a second one. And instead of building it himself, he's left me with the task of me building it myself. I feel slightly intimidated by the challenge, but we've all got to learn new things. It's important to keep learning new things. And as he left, I was like, oh, I should be excited about this, but I feel a bit intimidated. And he was quite right in saying, well, that's all the more reason to do it. So, wish me luck, I suppose. We've set up my little tool station near the chickens. It's beautiful and peaceful up there. And I'm going to see if I can build a table. Let me quickly, though, show you the chicken coop because it's just about done. John's gone to go and buy some of the last bits that we need just to reinforce the last bits of the fence and finish the gate. And then it really is, well, no, and then put the tiles on the back of the coop. And then it's done. The chickens appear to have made a great escape. Oh yeah, they're just here by the wood pile because we haven't got the gate on it at the moment. But it's nice if I'm here. It's really lovely to have them kind of pottering around and getting a bit of free range time. So yeah, look at this. Here it is, all finished and lovely. So we've got a big proper walking gate, no more ducking to get in. There's the beautiful little coop. Now, there was some concern on one of our recent videos about the duvets in there. It was only on their very first night. We didn't have time to get straw, so they slept on a very old duvet that was left in the property when we took over the farm. So yeah, they've now got straw and proper bedding, which we're keeping nice and clean for them. What else have we got? We've put the fence at an angle so that they can't get out unless we let them out, which is reassuring. We've got this nice little cover here for some shade and some shelter for their food and water from the rain when it does rain. We've included the 2 trees so they've got lots of shade, and the plums. They've got a lovely little dust bath corner over there which we've dug up. The hens like to hide under the coop, which is nice. Fifi can't quite fit, but he's got plenty of spaces to go. John also put some perches up here and an especially high one for old Fifi so that he can climb up high when he wants to crow. And it all just feels really, really lovely. So nearly there. We're very nearly there. Just a gate to do and a bit of reinforcing of the fence, and that's all done. But here is my workstation, and I've got to build a table. I want it to look like this one, which John built for me the other day. Let me quickly show you. There's my lovely greenhouse. That one in the back. Challenge is, he built that in 6 minutes. Let's see how long it takes me. Something that we're really enjoying at the moment is we've never been on the farm at this time of year before. Last year, our time on the farm began in May, so we missed kind of the springing of spring. And it is truly incredible to be here at the moment with everything budding and the leaves unfurling, and the bird sound is incredible. I remember last year being really worried that it was so quiet and saying to John, the world's going quieter, the world's getting quieter. I can't hear the birds. And I think actually it was just because the summer gets so hot that they're not as active. And obviously this must be breeding time and time, you know, they're all kind of coming to life again after the winter months, and so they're just, it's beautiful. We wake up to the most incredible bird song and you can hear it in the forest, and it's so peaceful. And so I'm looking forward to this morning, just spending some quiet time. We're having a bit of a full-on time at the moment with the kids in terms of sleep, so that's a project for John because we're all kind of sleeping in one room. It's all we have is one bedroom. Soya's in bed with us and Crusoe's in his cot, but I think Crusoe's uncomfortable, so he keeps wanting to come into our bed. Sawyer's a really light sleeper, so we're disturbing him a lot, so he's waking up. So we're coming up with a plan, but watch this space to see what we do, because we do only have one bedroom, so we need to kind of be a bit canny and smart about how we arrange life. But anyway, it means neither of us are getting an awful lot of sleep. So I'm a bit exhausted, and I'm going to make the most of having the farm to myself, having a bit of peace and quiet, doing a project by myself, trying to figure it all out, and just listening to the birds and spending some time with my chickens. And I'm delighted to have you all here with me to do it too. And I think a cup of coffee. Right, first things first, let's go measure the height of the table in the greenhouse and check that my top is going to fit through the door. So this is 57.5 centimeters. I have a feeling the greenhouse door is 58. Let's go double check. Yep, we should have half a centimetre to spare. I'm just going to go and grab it and check if it fits before I trust my tape measure skills too much. Oh, that is perfect. Good. Now, to measure the height of this table. Do you know, when we were building this greenhouse and over the kind of subsequent weeks, so many of you have messaged on YouTube and on Instagram to say, Tara, you're going to love it. It's going to become your favourite place because you've got one and you guys love it. And you're right. This feels like my little sanctuary. I love being in here. I love coming in here to see how my plants are doing. I love coming up with these sorts of ways of improving it. Okay, so I think that's 75 because it has sunk a little bit. So we'll go with 75 centimeters because that one's perfect. So that is John's 6-minute job. He did a really good job. This is our little kind of like a little table that came with 2 chairs, which we bought when we first got to the homestead, or first got to the farm. But really, it's not really meant to be used for things like this. It should be used for sitting around having a cup of coffee on the terrace. So we're going to rescue that. And my table, which is 58 centimeters, is going to sit here. And I'll have a lot of lovely surface to be able to put my seed trays on. And all the things I'd like to grow. My pots of tomatoes and watermelons and peppers are doing really well. And I just, so, you know, John loves being down on the lawn with his flowers, and I just love being up here with my greenhouse and my chickens and my veggies. It's all, it's just magic. So we have a big thing happening outside this greenhouse this weekend, so more about that soon. But let's just say it's a bit like rocket boosters being attached to a rocket and we're about to take off. But let me stop talking and go and build a table. Otherwise, it's going to take me a lot longer than 6 minutes and John's going to come back from shops and I won't have done it. Which I really love him to come back and have a finished table. He'd be so proud of me and I would be so proud of me too. We have enough of that, that's good. Tell you, I don't know what we would do without that EcoFlow box. It means that we can work all over the farm with all sorts of tools and get stuff done. It really is amazing. There we go, 2 legs done. There's a nail in there. Huh, okay, that's not good. I don't want to blunt John's machine. So let me see if I can measure. I was trying to cut that in half so that I didn't have like a really long piece that could fall and hurt me. So I think I'm just going to have to cut in between the nails. Hopefully there's no nail in there. That didn't feel as sharp as it used to. Oh, I hope I haven't broken it. Okay, so the next thing I think is take the tabletop, put it on the ground, put the legs in place, and then measure the bit that kind of goes around, I think it's called a skirt, around the underneath of the table. Is that right? Let's do that though, because it feels like the sensible thing to do. It's definitely a lot longer than 6 minutes. So I'm going to cut this to 98. Okay, so I'm going to measure from that end the same. This is a little bit bent. It's like curved a bit because it's warped. I hope that's not a problem. I don't think it is, but we'll see. I suppose the floor of my greenhouse isn't level anyway, so I'm hoping it'll all just kind of be okay. Okay, so I've cut all my pieces. I've got my 2 back legs, my 2 front legs, my 2 front skirts, or front and back skirts, and 2 side skirts. Now, I think I just need to nail it all together. So John suggested I start with the nail gun, and then put screws. So I think legs to tabletop first, right? And then skirts. So let's see how we get on. I don't think I'm going to win any prizes for safety, I'm well aware of that. So I guess don't do this at home. I've just built a table. It's a very wonky table. It's only got 3 legs currently, but it's standing. That's something, right? Tell you what, this YouTube journey has been many things, but one of the best things it's been is the most amazing forcing function to make us do things that we wouldn't ordinarily do, especially me. I would never ever have dreamed of making my own table, but because it's a fun project to film, and I kind of wanted to, you know, the more I see John doing stuff and the more feedback we get from you all about how amazing it is, the more inspired I am to try things myself and to try and learn to do things myself. So thank you for that, everybody that's here. I really appreciate it. I know you're all going to be horrified at how unsafe this looks. I'm feeling pretty unsafe too, but we're nearly there. I am being incredibly careful. I have just built a table with 4 legs. It's probably the wonkiest table that's ever been built, but I built it. It is properly wonky. But it's just to hold seedlings in the greenhouse. And you know, one of my the best thing I think is one day my boys are going to watch this back and they'll know that mum built things too, not just dad. And I love that. I hope that I can inspire them in the same way their dad's going to, which is pretty cool. Even if it's not the perfect table, even if it's not the most perfect kind of neat and inspiring carpentry, I'm still doing it. That's all that matters. On the subject, I am really rubbish with the drill, so if you're finding this painful to watch, look away now. have it. It's not going to win any awards, but I built a table today. Do you know what I love about John? When I woke up this morning, we had a hard night, so I was a bit grumpy. And the plan was for him to take the boys and for me to sit and edit this morning in the quiet. And he said to me, do you know what, it's such a beautiful day. I think you should go up to the chicken coop and build a table. And I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. That sounds like hard work. But he's a smart man and a wise man, because this has made me feel incredibly accomplished. And just like I've achieved something in the day, which is great. And it hasn't been, you know, sat behind a computer. It's been out in the sunshine with my chickens, with the sound of the birds in the early morning light. And that is a lot more fulfilling. So I've thoroughly enjoyed that. Now I'm going to get it into the greenhouse and get myself all set up. And when he comes back, we can have a grand reveal. I'm so excited and I'm so proud of myself. So I hope that this is a little, I don't know, push for you to go and do something that you think you can't do. Even if it doesn't look perfect, and even if you look a little bit daft doing it, what matters is that you try. And things don't have to be perfect, they just have to work. What are you looking for, buddy? You want to see my table? Do you want to see Mummy's table? Yeah. Okie dokie, let's go see Mummy table. Come and have a look, buddy.
I'm excited, my darling. I can see it from here.
Now, it's probably the wonkiest table that's ever been built.
Okay, well that's good for
But I kind of blame you a little bit because you gave me wonky wood. Look at table!
True so. Come on, Sawyer, let's go and have a look at Mummy's table. What do you think?
Sawyer says I've been gone for a really long time. I can hear my mum and I'm really hungry. Come quickly, Sawyer.
Not
Oh yeah.
actually that hungry. He's just had a banana.
My love, I built a table. Are you proud of me?
Wow. Yeah. That's good. It looks great.
It's got character, right?
It's got a lot of character, yeah. Yeah.
What do you think, Crusoe? Did Mummy build a table? Are you impressed?
Wow. That's great, darling. Well done. Yeah. Didn't want to go. Yeah, it's great. Love it. Well done.
So there you have it. I built my first table and I did my first ever bit of carpentry by myself. I could have done it so much better. And now that John and I have watched it together and he's told me how I should have done it, you know, building the legs with the skirt first and attaching that to the table, it all makes so much more sense. And I've learned a lot. As I said at the beginning of this episode, I was really embarrassed to share this. So please be kind with your feedback. Please be kind with your comments. I know, you know, I feel like I looked a bit daft. But anyway, I think it's important that we try new things, that we learn new skills, that we push ourselves to be uncomfortable, because it's at the edge of your comfort zone that magic happens. So if there's a project that you've been putting off, something that you've been wanting to try, I really hope that my little fumble at carpentry will give you the courage to do that. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already and join us on our journey of renovating this farm into our dream family homestead. Leave us a comment because we love hearing from you. And, well, we'll see you next time. Thanks, folks. Bye. Oh, and we promise all 4 of the family will join us in the next episode.